Explorers, Kid Explorer here, and today I'm back with another sustainable living video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a phone app that will help you live sustainably. So make sure you stay all the way to the end because I'm going to tell you a little bit about the app and who created it, share with you the features of the app, and tell you how I like it. So let's get into today's video. And before we do, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when all of my videos are released. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Now let's get into today's video. So first of all, what is this app that I'm talking about? I am talking about the Commons app. So I learned about this app back in August when the company, the Commons, actually reached out to me via email. They asked if I could try out the application, and if I really liked it, obviously do a post or something about it, but no obligation whatsoever. So I was like, let me take some time, let me take some months of actually trying this application out and getting used to opening this app every once in a while to check it out. So just some facts about this application. This application was founded by a woman named Sanchel. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And she is an Asian American Pacific Islander. She started this app because she was actually tracking her carbon usage in a spreadsheet. I'm like, it was the girl an accountant because we love our spreadsheets. This app was created to help people tap into their power of spending to influence companies and governments to make faster decisions around climate change. So that is the gist of the app. So I'm gonna be looking down at my phone from time to time, but I'm also gonna be sharing my screen off to the side. So first, let's open the Commons app. You can find this in your app store. I know it's on iPhone, I have it, but I also believe it's on the Android. And when you come into the application, obviously this is not gonna be what it looks like for you the first time you come in here, but when you come into the application, you are going to actually start out with taking a carbon survey. So this survey kind of helps the application know what kind of person you are and what your habits may be. So it's going to ask you where you live. It's going to ask you questions like how many people live in your home. It will ask you how many bedrooms, and just go through all the questions about your actual day-to-day living. So it's 13 questions. As you can see, it takes hardly any time, very easy, straightforward questions for you to get through. And then once you get to the end of the survey, then it actually asks you to link a credit card. Obviously you can link your debit card, but I never recommend linking your debit card to anything because it's cash. You never know, people crazy and they out here be hacking the internet sites, right? So use a credit card and your credit card that you use for your main spending. Okay, speaking of connecting your credit card, let's go into the application and see what happens when you actually connect your credit card. So I'm gonna click on Progress. And so when you click on Progress, it's gonna track all of your purchases that are going through your credit card to see how much of emissions are going through each purchase. Now, December, I've had a lot of purchases because I did a lot of prepayments for activity for next year. So next year, those payments won't be happening. But I have that here in this, in November. So obviously this ma'am, you have used 631% more carbon than last month, which is absolutely insane. At least I know what it is, but if you don't know what it is, you can go in and be like, what the heck have I been doing? So you can kind of scroll through. It's going to tell you how much of each category is going to. So travel expenses was the main category because that's what I prepaid for next year. And then utilities, I paid a little bit of utilities for next year, but you can see okay, your biggest carbon driver this month has been travel. We can help you lower your carbon footprint by booking more efficient flights, which should be part of your climate practice. So you can actually click on this recommendation and it will give you some information on how to get started and how to offset your flights and how to fly more sustainably. So it's giving you some tips and giving you some information on how to fly better. So it's going to help you in whatever category you're spending the most emissions on and how to do better every time that comes up, every single month. So as we scroll down, it's going to continue giving you the breakout, and it will tell you your largest emission purchases, and it will tell you your frequent purchases. you can actually click on view all purchases and you can review your purchases as well. So you can go in to add more details and you can tell them what type of flights you purchased, if it was round trip, if it was one way, if it was first class or economy. You can tell them all of that details in the review. So another thing about the review, I don't have any here right now, but if you take ride sharing and you do a more green option or electric option, you can go into that purchase and actually click on it to give that information. So you can scroll through and look at these different transactions, and you can see how like even the little things like, you know, buying groceries from Instacart, that causes emissions. Little things like going to McDonald's, it was only 1 kilogram, but it still causes emissions. So you can kind of see what you're spending on a constant basis and how it's tracking towards your emissions when you connect your credit card to the Commons app. Okay, so another great thing about the Commons app is that you can go back to the home page and scroll down and you'll find a buy better section. So you can scroll through based on recommendations from your recent purchases, and they give you recommendations of how you can buy better and shop more sustainably, which will in turn lower your carbon footprint. So they have, instead of using Instacart, why don't you try the Thrive Market? And you can click on it and it'll give you information of exactly what is the Thrive Market and how you can go about getting started. And then if you like the recommendation or not, you can leave a ranking in the pop-up while it's still there. So I love that they have these different recommendations, and they even have a recommendation, instead of you going on Amazon, why don't you go to Earth Hero? Instead of you going to Home Depot, do this. So like they have all of that just on the main screen of your home page for recommendations based on your recent purchases. But you always can click on all brands right above there and see categories for see brands for every single category they have listed. So you can click on clothing, you see categories here. You can click on health and beauty, you see categories here. So this will help you shop more sustainably and make better decisions. And they have it all right here in the app, so you don't have to do research to find out what are sustainable options for you. All right, next up, let's talk about offsetting your carbon usage. So you go back into the progress section of the application, and it has your tracking, it has how much carbon emissions you're using throughout the month. Check your purchases and all of that. But right here at the top, you have Go Climate Neutral. So you can zero out your emissions. So when you click on that, it's going to give you a recommendation for your monthly offset based on the last 30 days of emissions used. So right now, because I did a lot of prepayments for 2024, it has a $74 a month estimate. And so you can do that, pay that, and then you can get a more accurate estimate if you would like, because obviously it's just using your last 30 days. This is the holidays. You may be spending more on gifts. You may be doing more things outside of your home, whatever, cooking more. It may not be a full representation of it, so you may want to click on that to get a better estimate. Or if you're good with the estimate, you can click on Go Climate Neutral, and then you can make a payment. So you can put in your credit card information and you can go climate neutral. Now this is a monthly membership. This appears to be a monthly payment. I haven't done this yet because I do carbon offsetting outside of this application. So you can always get this amount and donate somewhere else. You can also go back and you can scroll down in the offset section and you'll see that it gives you monthly transparency updates of their live carbon accounting ledger. So you can see what they're actually donating your money to and not just throwing your money to them and not knowing where it's going. Now, the last thing in the application, which I think is great because it kind of gives you an incentive to do better, is their rewarding system. So you can go into the application right here on the homepage and it says you've got rewards. You'll also get an email about this. You get a lot of emails from them on a regular basis on your progress and tracking different things. But you can reveal your earnings from what happened in the prior month, and it says, hey, you got $25. So you can redeem those rewards by either giving the money to yourself so you can get it through a cash payment through PayPal or Venmo. You can donate it to one of their projects, or you can offset it for future carbon usage. So you can go and do that, and it only remains in your account until January, or it tells you up in the top here. But right now this only remains in there until January 31st. So I need to make a decision on what I'm gonna do with this $25 before then. But then you can also come in and see your rewards history, and you can also read more information on your facts of how you have been spending sustainably and what these rewards have been going to in the past. Okay, for real, one more thing. There is an Explore page in this application that I haven't really used, but clicking on it is giving you some world news. So it's giving you some articles that you can read up on, which are currently featured. So you hear there's something about gas companies here. There's an article about switching to renewable energy, ways to skip a flight, why soil is vital to climate solution. And so you have some information there, but I have not really used this section, so I can't really speak to it. The main parts for me have been what are in the home section and the progress section. The progress part of this app is definitely major key. Okay, explorers, so I have walked you through this Commons app. The Commons app has a wonderful homepage which shows your earnings, rewards, and just kind of a summary of what's going on, and giving you some recommendations of more sustainable options for your shopping. Whereas the progress section of the application really gives you a breakdown of all your spending and how it's going towards your carbon usage. It also gives you an opportunity to do a carbon offset, and you're also able to connect more credit cards to really track your progress and get a more accurate estimate of your carbon usage. And lastly, there's the Explore section, which I don't really know much about, but it has articles and more information about what's going on in the climate and the environment. So I really enjoyed this app because I have actually been looking for an application that can help me really track and do better with my spending, with my usage of carbon. I still want to get more into the app and use it more, but this has been a great start where I can open the app and be like, oh no, I've spent too much, or I spent too much and I've used too much carbon. Those are double whammies, but I think it is a great app, and it also gives you the solutions, which I think is key because we don't know the solutions. It's really hard for us to just all go and research and figure out what's a better way to be more sustainable. This app has it for us. It has done the research for us. And mind you, this application, this company is backed by some different venture capitalist firms. If I can see the firms or find them out, I'll put them down below in the description box. So there is definitely money going towards further research and development for this company. I enjoy the app, and I plan to continue using it and make sure I'm using it more and more every single day. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It is free for you to do so, and it helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks. And if you're interested in downloading this application, I will have it linked down below. And if you're interested in supporting my business more, you can check out the link down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and night wherever in the world you are. Bye.